to the deepest secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed, yeah. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it, yeah. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a lot of threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt. They try to bring me down. See me winning. You ain't
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi. And today I have another special banger for you. Alright, now listen. Before we get too far in this video, you know exactly what you need to do. Make sure you drop a like and let's get this video to at least 500 likes, right? That will definitely push your video to the recommended. And furthermore, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe. I'm by far the hardest working YouTuber in the 2K community. And hopefully you can appreciate that 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. upload every single day. And you can show that appreciation by dropping a like and subscribing, all right? Now, today what we're going to do, my nephews and nieces, is we're going to bring my lob threat Zion Williamson build to the park. Really, as you know, man, this is my favorite build. Right, I love my favorite rare build. I love playing on my lob threat. I got a really big surprise for y'all. I'm actually gonna remake this build to better specifications. So stay tuned for that. But hey, as you all know, the lob threat is a pretty much dominant build when it comes to finishing. As you're gonna look right here, I have a 98 driving dunk. I have an 83 standing dunk. I actually can shoot a little bit with this build, which is pretty dope, and dribble. And of course, I can play a little bit of defense. The badges that I'm using right now, as you can see here, is at 19 badges. I did get Showtime, the Heaven Get Takeover. This is a very OP badge for my teammates. But of course, you know, Slithery, Fancy Footwork, Contact Finisher, I'm rocking with. Then of course, on the dribbling side, I got Downhill because this makes the build OP. I can take the ball on the defensive side and instantly become a guard and run down the court and outrun my center that's guarding me. Quick First Step In, Unpluckable. And then on my badges here, this is the badge that I have. Nothing really different here from what you would expect. Obviously, Zion is not necessarily a defensive player, but you know you always want to have defense on your build. And then, of course, here I have 2 shots. I have catch and shoot, but I get 1 more, and I can actually get gold catch and shoot in this build, which is pretty amazing because, like I said, my mid-range right now is a 67. So it means, like, basically, I get gold catch and shoot. I'm able to just catch the ball and then go ahead and put it up in the mid-range, and I'm actually been hitting it pretty consistent, okay? So let's get really excited about that. Now, what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna head to the park. We're gonna talk a little bit about Zion and why he's not been, I guess you said, in the limelight, why he's been kind of overlooked this year, and talk about that and see what y'all think about that in the comment section, right? So go ahead, get a big bag of popcorn, sit back, relax, and I'll be back in about 3 seconds. Yo, okay, my nephews and nieces, let's hop right into it. So let's do this. First of all, shout out to my man Duffy LaFleur, and also shout out to my boy Kajani for running with me during this video. And now let's talk about him, my nephews and nieces. Let's talk about him. So the question I have for y'all right now, first question is, why is Zion Williamson not getting the same fanfare he gotten when he was in high school, college, and also his first, 15 games he played, whatever, in the NBA, his rookie season? Is that considered his rookie season? I'm not even sure, but why is he not getting the same fanfare, right? When he is doing things currently that literally only a handful of people, he's in the same breath with people like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, some of the greatest players to ever play this game. He's literally doing these things and he's just 20 years old. So that's a question. That's what we're gonna try to answer right now, okay? So the big thing is this. First of all, let's talk about this. All right, Zion Williamson is playing for the Pelicans, and they are underachieving this year. Okay, so yes, so people can look at it and be like, I guess they can say they're empty stats that he's putting up. You know, when you're on a team that's just losing as many games as you're losing, or if you had the preseason, people thought that you were going to be a playoff contender, and that's just not panning out. Actually, real quick, we can look at it. Right now, they're sitting on the outside looking in. So as we all know, now the 9th and 10th seed teams have the opportunity to do playing games for the playoffs. And just real quick to break it down if you don't know. So basically how it works is this. The 7th and 8th seed will play each other, okay? The winner of that automatically becomes a 7th seed, okay? The loser of that 7th and 8th seed game will play the winner of the 9th and 10th seed, okay? And then, so the winner of that 8th seed and that 9th and 10th seed, then they will become the 8th seed, okay? So you have to either play 1 or 2 games to get yourself into the playoffs. And as you look, the Pelicans are on the outside looking in. Now, a lot of people preseason thought that the Pelicans had opportunity to be somewhere between the 6th or 7th seed already. So they are sitting on as 11th, and they're 3 games out of the playoff spot, and with only 8 games left, right? And that's the big thing. There's only 8 games left. Now, is there a possibility? Could the Pelicans win, the next 8 games, and then the Warriors lose, like, the next 5 or 6 games? I guess they have to lose like 6 games. I don't know what it is, man, but it's a long shot, right? So the simple fact is that, yeah, they're underachieving this year, so maybe that has something to do with it. They're not playing as big primetime games as they were when Zion first started playing last year. So I guess you can simply say out of sight, out of mind, maybe. But the simple fact is this. Zion Williamson is putting up some ridiculous numbers, all right? Look at his stat line right now. He's averaging 26.8 points, 7.1 rebounds, 3.6 assists, all right, for a 20-year-old. Remember now, he is still just 20 years old. And to keep in mind, my nephews and nieces in the background as this game plays, this is actually like it was a pretty good game. Now, we weren't sitting here trying to play a comp game in the park, but these guys wanted to go too hard, which is cool. I was just trying to just score as many points with Zion as possible, and these guys are playing like this was their Super Bowl, but that's usually how it is for Uncle Demi, so just keep that in mind if you're watching this game in the background. So yeah, he's putting up some ridiculous numbers, but the big thing that really matter is, to me, is going to be the player efficiency rating, which is called PER. So PER, basically, not to bore you, is going to give you a bunch of statistics, right? And they're going to calculate it all together to come out with a number that basically tells you how well an individual is performing, okay? Keep things in perspective. Let's just look at it right now. As you see, Zion Williamson, currently in the NBA, has a player efficiency of 27.44. That puts him 4th in the entire NBA, a 20-year-old in the entire NBA as efficiency. So basically what this says is that he is performing the 4th, he's the 4th best player in the NBA. Basically, that's what they're saying, performance-wise. Now, I remember I was talking to a couple of my friends, and they were all asking the same questions, like, is Zion Williamson, one of the top 10 players in the league? And I was like, hell yeah, like, it's not even close based upon what he's doing. And it was like, oh, well, only thing he does is go in the basket and get dunks, da-da-da. Not really, okay? Zion Williamson impacts the game on so many different aspects, but the big thing is that he's just basically an unstoppable force. You look right above that, you see Giannis, right? Giannis is right above him. Giannis, to me, is the best, I guess you can say, comparison from the offensive standpoint. We're not trying to say that Zion's a defender yet. Zion is not a really good defender right now. He plays defense, but he's not on Giannis' level, obviously. But from an offensive standpoint, they're both the same. They both literally finish a high rate at the basket. They put their shoulder down. Giannis uses his length, Zion uses his strength. So they get the same results at the basket, but they're different. And then of course you see that Jokic and Joel Embiid are 1 and 2, and literally they're on pace. One of them is on pace, which probably, if I had to put my money on it, would be Jokic, will become the first first center MVP in the league since Shaquille O'Neal did it, in 2003 or 2? And I feel bad because Shaq's my favorite player, and I don't even know. I can't remember when he got that award. But was it? I think it was like 2. It was early 2000s. So basically, we're looking, it's been almost close to 20 years since a non-guard has won the MVP award. So that's literally putting what type of area that Zion is currently in when it comes to these players. So the fact is that you look at these numbers, and it to me, it puts it in perspective of like, man, listen, regardless of what you might think about, statistics and analytics, the fact is that he's one of the best players in the league, okay? And so he's one of the best players in the league, but he's also doing things at 20 years old that you just have not been seeing around. And prime example is here. All right, it says right here, it says Zion Williamson became the 12th player in NBA history to score 2,000 points before his 80th career game. The only other player to do this in the last 40 years is Michael Jordan. He's in the same conversation as Michael Jeffrey Jordan, right? In the past 40 years, remember, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, you name all these great players in the league, Zion Williamson and Michael Jordan sit at the top by themselves doing these type of numbers, all right? Then another one, check this one out. Zion Williamson can mix his next 216 shots and can still shoot better than 50% this season. Just keep that in perspective. A lot of great players in the league right now are not shooting nowhere near 50%, and a lot of them shooting nowhere 60%. They're damn sure not shooting nowhere near 70% like Zion Williamson is doing. He's shooting 70% at the field, right? So just keep that in mind. You look at some great players, you can name them. LeBron James, who are some great? Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, all these guys, they're not shooting nowhere near as efficient at the basket. Even though Zion's playing, shooting a lot of close twos, as efficient as Zion Williamson is, right? And I'm gonna put this last number up and I'm gonna get you out of here, right? Zion Williamson had his 20th game with 20 points and 70% field goal shooting, right? So basically scoring 20 points and shooting 70% from the field, right? The only players to do that, right, is only gonna be Shaquille O'Neal and Artis Gilmore. So just let that sink in again. If anybody's seen prime Shaquille O'Neal, then you understand listen, anytime you're in the same vicinity with Shaquille O'Neal numbers, first of all, it's just like ridiculous to even think about when you try to say a center comparing to a 6'6" individual. Shaquille O'Neal was 7'1", 320. Zion Williamson is 6'6", 280. But again, regardless, you're 6'6" and 7'1" is a big difference in height, right? So the fact is that for him to be, same thing for Artis Gilmore. Artis Gilmore was a 7-footer. Okay, so, and he played for the Bulls if you're not sure who that is. So the fact is that Zion is putting up numbers and he's doing things that, to me, I feel like it's being underappreciated. Now, again, I say maybe because he's not playing as well as a team with the Pelicans. But let me know in the comment section, my nephews and nieces, where do you think Zion Williamson stands right now in the NBA? Is he one of the top 4 players based upon player efficiency? And as usual, my nephews and nieces, if you enjoyed this video, just drop a like, subscribe to the channel. And of course, your favorite old head Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger Man. When I say soon, I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.
We gon' give it to him. Take the stop out the top of no transformer. Remember ducking and dodging on that corner. Doing flip with a breeze like a mighty morpher. Told myself to get rich and go.